Hi, in this video, I'm gonna be talking about the Zen philosophy. Zen in Japanese means meditation, but it's not a religion, it's just a philosophy or a lifestyle. Zen monks usually they do things so slowly, one thing at a time. They take their time in everything. They care about clean environment. I admired the way they have their own philosophy about life and everything. So I took the most beautiful thing that I learned from the Zen philosophy, and I'm gonna share it with you about life. There are no coincidences in encounters. It means whoever we meet on a daily basis, it's not coincidence. Everything is for a reason or arranged. So encounters are all inevitable. Thus, our lives renewed. Whether we encounter good things or whether we encounter bad things, all encounters are inevitable. Good things generously help our dreams unfold, and bad things are simply life's small trials. When you try as hard as you can, a path is created. You will be able to see the way. Is the water hot or cold? You can find out for yourself. Just try it out. Don't just wait aimlessly for people to explain things to you. You will end up living inside your head, stalled in one place, letting opportunities slip past. When you are uncertain, start by trying things out for real by yourself. So rather than regretting never having done something, it's better to try it and then regret it. If you put your hands in water, you may catch the moon's reflection. If you play with the flowers you meet on your path, their fragrance may perfume your clothes. Happiness is right there. So when you scoop up water with your hands, beautiful moon is reflected in that water. And when you touch flowers, your clothing absorbs their fragrance. Even if you try to look for happiness, it doesn't have a shape. You cannot see it with your eyes, but once you start to perform an action, you can feel happiness as something real. Just take a look around you. The world is overflowing with things that fill your heart with abundance. Happiness is something you feel. Happiness is always right there. Their philosophy as well says there are no cold spots in boiling water. If you are living as fully as you can, you will have no time to be bored. In Zen, it is said that a famous tea master always had a pot of water boiling so that he could receive anyone with the utmost hospitality, no matter when they called. Pour your whole heart and soul into every moment. This is what it means to have a pure heart. The Zen philosophy says the cherry blossoms bloomed again this year, as though nothing has changed. I am standing under the blossoming trees. The two of us always enjoy together, but this year I am alone. Nothing is certain and nothing is permanent in life. There is nothing that is unchanging and eternal. Young forever, and life doesn't last forever. That is why we must live in the now. Even the cherry trees that bloom every year are not exactly the same as they were last year. They have endured the cold of the winter and been through much to finally bring forth their flowers. There is no guarantee that the cherry trees that bloomed this year will do so again next year in the same way. There is no guarantee. That person next to you will still be there next year. Look up. Some blossoms are falling. Some have not yet bloomed. Some are just started to peek out. They are all beautiful. Hundreds of flowers in the spring do not bloom for anyone. They just bloom. Let us bloom just for this life as it is. There is a Japanese saying, eat after your duties have been fulfilled. This famous Japanese saying doesn't mean if you don't work, you shouldn't eat. It means if you do not fulfill your duties for that day, you do not deserve to receive the nourishment that is provided by another life. We do not work just to eat. We work to fulfill our duties. Every day we partake of the lives of others. Every day, in order to be able to do this, do not just live, do not just eat. Forget about the fishing tackle. It's the fish that is important. Do not confuse the method with the objective. Once you have caught a fish, you can forget about the tool you used to catch it. Zen meditation and Zen saying are simply tools for preparing your heart. The rituals and forms of Zen practice are not important. You don't need to be grateful for them. They are simply tools for achieving enlightenment. We all quickly forget our beginnings. The sport we took up simply because we enjoyed it. The hobby we began simply because we found it interesting. We are so easily distracted from those starting points into having the latest sportswear or the best equipment. Tools are just the means. Do not forget the original goal. Don't get your heart tied up in trivial details. If your heart is getting too tied up, try throwing away all your tools. Return to zero to recover your beginnings. The nose is in the middle and the eyes are on either side. Sometimes we just lose sight of the truth. Don't be distracted by the opinions of others or by own prejudices. A person's nose is positioned in the center of the face. The eyes are on either side, parallel to each other, to see obvious facts just for what they are, and to be able to understand what is true takes a long time. People are turned this way and that by the opinions of others, or see things through the prism of their own prejudices, or don't try to see the things in front of them because they are too busy. When people do not see what is obviously true, they do not see the happiness in front of them, even when it's close. If there is no wind, the flag does not move. The world is not at fault for bad things. A flag is being blown by the wind and flying in the air. Is this because the flag is moving, or is it because the wind is moving? No, it's because your heart is moving. When something happens, we tend to immediately blame the times we are living in or the people around us. We always place responsibility elsewhere instead of looking inside ourselves. Don't try to understand this, just become like the flag. Do not waver. Don't be blown about by the wind. Do not become anxious. Don't be tossed about by the people around you. Look inside yourself, at your own heart. Truth can always be seen there. It's because your heart is moving. When something happens, we tend to immediately blame the times we are living or on the people around us. We always place responsibility elsewhere instead of looking inside ourselves. With support, you can cross a river with a broken bridge and find your way home on a moonless night. When you face difficult times, words of support can help you overcome them. Life can feel like crossing a river without a bridge, or like walking in the darkness on a moonless night. In difficult times like these, words can come to your aid. Words can support you and be your walking cane. Whenever you feel uncertain and lost, as long as you have words to support you, your unbroken self can keep going. Wherever you are in danger of stepping off your path, if there are words that guide you, your unwavering self can keep on going. Keep these words of support close to your heart and keep pursuing your true self. The woman waiting for her lover, she cries because she loves him, and yet at the same time she hates him. It is important for people to balance more than one emotion. If you are on the receiving end of criticism, start by accepting it. But instead of being defeated by those harsh words, be grateful toward the other person. At the same time, be angry. Use that anger positively to wake yourself up. Own those two emotions and take the next step forward. I hope you liked my video. I chose few of the Zen quotes philosophy to share with you. I hope to see you next time with more ideas about life and wisdom. Thanks.